What's up, y'all? You are now tuned into Brunches and Bunches with your co-host Raj. Today we have a very fun and energetic conversation about body image and how to feel good in your own skin. This goes for the men and women. Stay tuned for our special guest, or to see who our special guest is. It's a wrap. Brunches and Bunches. You are now tuned in to our 6th episode. You're here with your favorite co-host, Raj, Victoria, yep, and our special guest, baby, international tour dancer, choreographer, and just a creative overall, baby. Welcome, Ieema. Hey. Yes. We already shots in, y'all, so stay tuned.
To the chest.
Yes. But baby girl, I just kind of want to know, because right now it's a trend, or it's very popular for choreographers to have creative videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
But where do you get your drive from, like your inspiration from? Because yours are really dope. Let me just say that. Yeah.
Thank you. So I do want to clear the air, like, you know, my main thing, how I started was being a professional dancer. Okay. I now am starting to be a choreographer. So it's like my little pre-stages. Yes. Because like every time I dance behind an artist, they always end up wanting me to like, can you choreograph this? Can you like that? You know, so it's a new little step for me, so that like, you know, nobody will get wrong, like I'm a choreographer or whatever. But where I find my inspirations for certain videos, like it always starts with the song. Like if I listen to the song over and over and over and over, I'll start to paint the picture like of what I see for this song. You feel me? And then after that, I just kind of like pull like the resources that I need to make that picture happen. So let's say like the Old Town Road. Okay. At first I was dreading that one. I didn't want to do it, but then I knew the boys that had the ranch, everything, and I was just like, let me just do this, you know. But like the inspiration just comes from, the reason why I love those videos is just the fact that like it's my world, you know what I'm saying? So like I haven't got the chance and the opportunity like to work, like be like a creative director on something big. So I'm just like, well, I'm gonna use my Instagram and my world to like, you know, like show what I think and what these songs make me feel.
Yes. And I say being on your Instagram too, I'm like, oh, I could be on here for days, girl, because it's literally entertaining.
Thank you.
Definitely loving it.
Thank you.
And to your point, how like you start with the song first, you have the vision in your head, and then you create the dance.
Yeah.
I saw one of your dances. You guys had like the construction outfits on, and like you really are telling a story, you know. And I think that is what it's like. It makes you that. It gives you that competitive edge because it's not only fascinating dancing and like dang, she getting it. It's like there's a story.
That's what I want to. Beyond just dance, I want to show like, okay, the creative side, like she made the back end story, she figured out the outfits, she wrote the timestamp, she wrote the whole little setup, like the script to
Oh, you did all that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I usually every video is predominantly like me, like head to toe. You know what I'm saying? And it gets rough, and then sometimes like I'll have like my sister on the side and be like, that's not a good angle or whatever the case may be, but like the story behind it is.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And you know that's passion.
I'll be tired, don't get me wrong, but like now I'm trying to incorporate acting and then working with underrated people that I feel like needs that, like that I love, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I was once an underdog, nobody paid attention to me, but you know, things change.
Top dog, girl.
But yeah.
That's what's up.
So tell us a little bit more about dance. Why is that a passion for you? You know.
Okay, so to just give the background, I started dancing at 8, but I started to take it serious at 12, and I started off at Debbie Allen Dance Academy. So that's where I started.
You got a Debbie up in here.
Yeah. My grandmother danced and my mom danced, but they didn't really take it like to the next level because my mom had me, of course, you know. So, okay, so yeah, after Debbie Allen, I did that. I was training consecutively in flamingo, tap, modern, hip hop. Like I know how to do so many things, but hip hop is my love and like my mainstream. I tried everything, gymnastics, volleyball, did everything, but I think what led me to loving dance was the honesty and who I could be behind it, as far as like, you know, joining the cheer team, since you gotta all day like this, and that's not maybe how I may feel on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So I feel like dance is another outlet for me. Like you can be sad, mad, cry, or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting a little older, so since I be tired about woo, but like I don't know, I just loved it, and I just kept with it, and I knew like I wanted to be like I wanted to touch more grounds than what my mom and my grandmother did. Like I wanted to make it something, you know. And then I went further and further to another scholarship program, Debbie Reynolds. I don't know if you guys know who that is. She's another big like dance icon. So after Debbie Allen, years past, I got a scholarship to Debbie Reynolds, where that was at 19, where I was training like 30 classes a week for 6 months, sleeping in the studio, going through hell, just like training. And I was like the youngest one out my whole group. Little underdog, bad kid, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand like the polishing that you needed in the industry, you know. And then after that, I didn't have an agency for a while, and now I have an agency. I'm signed with the top agency in LA, so you know.
Yes, that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yes. And then speaking of polishing, I guess this is a good transition into our main segment of today. Do you feel like there's a certain body image that you have to be a dancer? And how has that affected you,
baby. It gets political in every what I'm learning, in every whatever you want to be, photographer, whatever. It's political no matter what. But what I can say about the entertainment industry and dance predominantly, for a minute it was a body type. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm short, so I have my chances are less. Because I'm short, most artists are like taller. It doesn't help that I have a little body, so sometimes for like a commercial or something, my body's too mature. And there's some things that I just can't change, because since I got big boobs and I'm a little small mommy, you know. So it's just like it's certain things that sometimes you can't control. But there is a body type, there is a look. It's more so the other side than our side. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the girls being casted for, black girl roles. So I'm just gonna keep it, above all around the table. But it has started to change. That's why I love this generation, because I feel like we're breaking boundaries. Because it was like for Janet Jackson toured, I didn't get it, but a lot of girls, like it was a big girl that got it. She just picked all different type of body images, and she broke it. You know what I'm saying? So now. It's really just about like how you dance. Now don't get me wrong, some casting directors still like what they like, you know what I'm saying? But the new generation, once again, is just like, okay, this, and I've been in those predicaments, like it's all tall girls and I'm a short girl, but they're like, but this short girl's dancing. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like she's dancing, she's busting with these tall girls, so what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And then there's some things like I didn't get the Future tour. Because I looked like a baby. I didn't look as mature as the other girls, but I was busting in that audition. You know, like the girl literally was like, she was supposed to have it, but I was okay because finding the logistics of certain things. Like I feel like where I've been in my career, I haven't had to go through like the craziest thing that a lot of dancers have went through, because I feel like God has just had like a shield on me to like guide me, like keep me away from the insecure people, to like dim my light or whatever the case may be. So I don't question no more. I used to, but it's not gonna drive me crazy anymore.
That's crazy. And to your point, like the talent holds you too, like the directors may have an idea of the image or what they're trying to portray, but if they have
sometimes the talent, it's like sometimes you can't deny it. Yeah. Sometimes you can, because you're just gonna go with what you want to. But it definitely is a body type. I've seen girls. I worked on jobs where girls had to lose weight. The choreographer would be like, you need to slim down. You know what I'm saying? And for them, I know, you know what I'm saying, like it sucks. I've only had to just deal with just being short. So I had to sometimes wear my hair a certain way to look taller, pulled up, or dancing in heels. And Lord knows me in heels is like, girl. So it has been that like body type thing. But it is changing, because once again, like when Janet Jackson breaks the code, who is anybody else?
Then it's on such a trend.
Right, like who is anybody else, Like now there are like the thick girls dancing with Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Coachella.
Meg, she got all the things.
She got and the naturals, and they on Nike commercials. So I love to see it. Like, granted, it's not me, but I love when not the normal wins. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, even for us, you know, like, I feel like Instagram has had this huge influence over, you know, how we want to look.
Yeah.
And I'm like, baby, that ain't never gonna be me. I've been skinny all my life.
No, that is the thing. And that Instagram has made it worse, if you ask me, as far as like the example for our next generation. For our generation now, it has. But I think what I learned in something that I set in stone at 19 and figuring that program was just the validation, reaping it from within. You know, because when you reap it from other people, that's when you start to try to tailor your body for this picture or for this thing, and it's like, this shit could be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, but Instagram has messed it up. It looks good on Instagram. Don't get me wrong, like, oh, sis got a little body, but you don't know what comes. It's a lot that comes behind.
It's a burden to be pretty, and it's a burden to have all that body too. People don't speak on that either. You know.
Yeah, I think everybody should be. I feel like if everybody was honest, I wouldn't care. Do what you want. That's your body.
So overall, do you guys feel like plastic surgery is a good thing?
No.
Yeah, because when I look at it right now, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, because I feel like you can moderate things that you want. You know, like, I could feel a girl who ain't never had no chest and she won't, you know, I could feel that. But I feel like it's been blown out of proportion in a way. That's what we look up to. And we shouldn't, because that shit is foreign. I don't want that in my body.
I think it depends. I think it depends on like your intentions. You know, if you're doing it because you want like men to look at you, or if you want women to look at you, whatever it may be, like, I mean, to each their own, but like if it's something that you know you want to do for you, like you know that you feel better, you feel happier, then I mean, I'm not opposed to it, you know, but like it does to this entire conversation, it sets the expectations of like, oh, this is me naturally, like you gotta work twice as hard to look this good, you know, it's like, well, no, like, you know, he wasn't in the gym.
I think too, I'm not opposed to it, because once again, do what you want to do, and whatever you got to do to make yourself feel away. But I still think that's where we're missing, that nutrient of teaching how to just love. That self-within, like love that you got a big ass head, like we love that you skinny, you know what I'm saying, and just be able to. That's normal.
Own that.
It's not too much of that. That's like talk.
It's
definitely not. So that's why everybody goes into that tailoring. But do what you want to do. I would try to talk somebody out of it before they go do it.
And I do appreciate the people that do go under for moderations, you know, like, because sometimes that is what you need to feel confident. But yeah, I agree with y'all. Like, I feel like it's an image that's too forced on us. So what are some things that y'all had to own, like that y'all just had to be comfortable with? Like, you may have felt insecure about it as a youngin', you feel me? But now I'm a grown woman. Shit was good.
For me, I was like bullied in school for my big head and then my jawline. So my jawline, like they used to just like it. I always thought I looked like a bull. You know, swear guys, but oh my god, I am a little boy, like big head, jawline. Like the boys more so will like talk mess, like like why is this like that? But as I got older and when I started working on sets, like the makeup artist is like, oh my god, this jawline is and I didn't understand, so I'm just like, okay, whatever you guys are talking about. But then when as I'm getting older, I'm like, oh no, baby, I'm gonna this is what it is. And then just own it to like my body type and like having like a big chest and being so small and having to deal with that. But I think my confidence in certain things capitalize off of my flaws.
They're not flaws.
But it's something that we don't really
when we're younger, we're told they're flaws because it's different.
But so that
But even for a minute, it took me a time to still love having big boobs, because since I was like, I'm ready to go get the little
because you had it.
Yes, too much. When I jam my back her, I'm over it. You know, but one of my friends, she was a scholar, she was like, whatever you don't kind of like love, like dress, like capitalize on that. So now like I'm good. Little booty, that's me, and that's what it's gonna be.
That's beautiful. That's very beautiful.
What about you? What's some things that you had to own?
So I think one thing But one thing, so my dad's black, my mom's white, and I feel like I don't look like the traditional mixed girl, like curly hair, like colored eyes, like I don't know. And I think in high school there was this girl who told me like, I don't know, like you look like something. And I'm like, but like it was like she said it in the intentions of being a compliment.
Okay.
But like she couldn't put her finger on it, and I think it goes back to like it's different from like. To your point, like with what you thought was your flaw is like your cheekbones, but now people like that's beautiful because it's unique, it's different, you know. And I feel like I probably like I don't know, I just wanted to be traditional and like look like everybody else, you know.
Exotic. So something like something like that.
So, I mean, I think that would probably be mine. Like, and also my little nose, I got a little hump on my nose, but like you know. But I think it's like you said, just embrace what you got. Like I think I'm a beautiful woman, with or without anything, you know. So, but I think it's conversations like these that are needed to be had because like people will probably look up to us like we some cute little women or whatever, but we ourselves still have like insecurities, you know. So I think it's important. What about you, Woo Woo?
Yeah, I'm the same with the jawline.
And I think it's so beautiful. Like I'm mad at y'all for saying that because like I got big cheeks and I love like the cut. Like I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah. They be like, how come I can see your jaw from behind your head? I'm like, are you serious? So what's those affirmations that you have to tell yourself, or what's those routines that y'all follow to just reassure yourself like I'm the shit, I'm doing my best, I'm gonna keep going?
One of my sisters, my older sister, well, like my dad's sister, she told me like something that y'all probably could do too is name, when you wake up in the morning before you pick up that phone, anything, say 7 things that you love about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I love this about, like I love you, Ieema, this, or what you're thankful for, you can mix them up, and then, you know, say one thing that you want to work on today. So that's about it.
Yes, it's hard.
It's a balance. Yeah.
It's hard. Like when I had to first do my 7 things, I was like, I'm at 3. I am at 3. I need to make it to 7. You feel me? But it just it creates that love. Like it just makes you like look more in depth at yourself. Yeah, for real. That's something that I practice. And then I do like self books. Okay. Like one of my friends, Jonelle, she has this Dear Self, Heal Self. And the questions that she asks in that book, you be like, where did you get that from? She's like, how's the relationship with your dad? Name 3 things how you're gonna take care of yourself today. And then it's a whole section to write to yourself. So doing those little things like stopping yourself, because we're gonna go 24/7. For me, I be on the go. Like if Corona didn't happen, Miss Rona, like I would be like in Australia. I will be gone, you know, but I'm glad this happened because I had to face so many things within myself that I probably wouldn't being on go 24/7. So now I take those times of that hour before I jump on social media, if I can, if my day's not crazy, to do that. Listen to my little meditation music, do that affirmation, and like write in my book. So like if y'all not doing that, I would say like find that balance, and I'll send y'all the link to her.
No, I agree. Same with me. I feel like so I didn't have everything like handed to me, so I had to literally grind for everything that I have. Yeah. And it got to a point where like I didn't know why I was doing it or what I was doing it for. Like I lost sight of that. And then when the pandemic hit, like I noticed in myself I was doing everything for external happiness, and it was an opportunity for me to find that happiness from within. You know. So I think like, to your point, like sometimes you have to sit in discomfort for you to actually acknowledge some change.
Maybe you
know,
be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like, well, cause I'm 24.
24.
Come here.
We all said 24. But I feel like this is when I came to conclusion. It's like we're in our 20s. I feel like the 20s part of our life is the most awkward life because we're shedding like so many layers of us, and it's okay to be confidently lost. It's okay to be lost, like for real. At first I used to be scared to say like, but now I'm like, I'm lost right now. I don't know what the hell is going on, you feel me? But that causes curiosity and for you to find things, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay, you know, for real, it's okay. But it took these things for me to lose it all, go through every single emotion, you know what I'm saying, to understand. But it's okay to be lost, because I feel like at 27, I don't know if I want to hit a step no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. Maybe I want to learn. Maybe I don't want to be this wretched ass mommy. You feel me? Maybe I want to turn into a little classic. Like it's gonna change. It's gonna change. But I feel like if you know that it's gonna happen and be okay with that, you'll be fine. Like,
yep. It's just the expectations that that are put on us externally. But like if you always following that path inside,
I thought I was girl. 20, I feel old. I be talking to people. I'm like, yes, I'm old. Maybe like, bitch, I'm 45. What are you talking about? I'm like, I'm 24. And you want it all because I mean, look at the generation now. There's overnight stars.
Yeah.
It's overnight stars.
They're young.
But the examples are different. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like just like them people, like them Oprahs or them Taraji Penton that started at 26, 30 or whatever. I feel like as long as you know and you really believe it, that shit can happen. She said you. But like the 20s is gonna be awkward, and I've came to that realization. Like, you know what? It's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, but again, there's no growth in like being comfortable. No, you won't grow because you're stagnant. You feel like you made it.
And the 20s is a test because I be seeing people that's 30 is still acting like they 24. And I'm like, oh, you didn't go through your stage, okay? But it's happening now. I appreciate it.
I think when I hit 40, I'm still gonna be wearing my little 2 pieces and stuff.
And that's okay. That's okay.
But no, yeah, everybody's timing is different. I feel like everybody's timing is different, and as long as you prepping, keeping that preparation, the faith, the humility, the perseverance, or whatever the case may be, when it's your time, you're gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? So just stay with your people, stay with your vibe, and just know, like, if y'all believe in this podcast, or you know what I'm saying, believe in that shit, it's gonna take time. I'm gonna go through everything. I'm still going through everything, well, being an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, but like, I feel like when you work towards something, God just not gonna leave. He's gonna, you have no choice, like, you have no choice but to push ahead, like, you know, some type of way, like a basketball player, practicing, you can't get yours.
So,
go ahead.
Have you ever had like a dance experience where like, not dance experience, like you worked with an artist where you're like, damn, I actually learned something I didn't think I was gonna learn from you? Like either life-wise. Do you know
Apart from other dancers, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't really like get like locked in with dancers like that because it's the industry, like you have to protect yourself. And competition, but just the ill will, like it could be such an insecure female that is just like, hey, like, oh, you look small, like you look, you know, it'd be shit like that. So I automatically, because I'd be like, I'm gonna rock your shit. I'm gonna like, so let me just stay. But for the artists, okay, let's talk about it. I wanted to dance with Nicki Minaj. Okay, so I was so freaking happy. 500 girls, I made it to the last 6. But I didn't make it because it wasn't because of my talents. It was like, oh, she looks too similar. But that broke me because I'm like, I'm trying to go on this world tour with you, sis, and I'm really trying to dance. But to hear who she is as a person, I would have been ripped. You know what I'm saying? So, but the artists that I work with, like Eve was like my favorite because she's not insecure. She wants you to be the best star, and if something's not right, the show don't move without dancers. And people don't care about dancers. Just keep it a stack. You feel me? Soraya, she's like she's a young artist that I work with, and I learned, me and her like are like good friends now. So all the artists that I work with, we're pretty like cool. And for Soraya, I learned like just hard work. Like she be going hard. Like she's not a lazy artist, and I think that's why I always like working behind her. I don't care if I'm working on the side, left, like it's a toe to toe, like come on, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I've learned like hard work and dedication from her. I work with Bad Baby, the baby. I work with a lot of people, and you just learn like you see it more so than like you just have to take what you take from it. But every artist I work with has let me shine and be me. Because some artists control everything, the hair, everything, and like I've been able to be free, like free. Keisha Cole, people do not. They was like, you're not gonna last with her. I was like, okay, all right. And now she's like, little Keisha, like she loves me. But I think it's because like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on my P's and Q's when an artist asks you a question like, what's this step? You should know it because that's our job. and you should feel it. You can feel a way if the dancer don't know, because it's like, what the hell am I paying for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. When I do my job, I try to do it like all the way. But now that I'm going into the next stages of like being the boss, I'm cool. I can't dance behind everybody. I've learned that too because I'm a female. I'm a threat. Certain things, and I don't need to feel that. Let me just tell you what the steps is, and you don't collect my bag. But from artists, I've learned that the industry is very dark, and you have to love yourself, and you don't have genuine people around you 24/7. And there are some artists that has it easier, that does nothing, opposed to the artists that work hard and still ain't got to where they need to be.
And you work with the youth.
Yes.
Okay. Because I work with the youth too, and I love them, and
love
be
them.
very close to them as well. What are the fundamentals that you want to teach them and encourage them about when it comes to dance? You know? Everybody got their style. Some people come off more graceful. Some people come off more aggressive.
I would just say like, no. Well, that it depends on the age. You know, they're gonna be like, what lady? But just knowing what type of dancer you want to be, because there's different types of dancers. There's different types of dancers. Know what type of dancers you want to be. Study the artists that you may like, and then do your research of who's a choreographer, who's a creative director for it, so you know how to get to those, to what you want them. But just knowing yourself and understanding that it's gonna be a lot of rainy days before them sunny days are gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you know who you are and being okay with, they may not need an Ieema today, or they may not need a jack or whatever today. They may need you later. You feel me? And when you're okay with that, and having that bulletproof vest on, going through those moments, you'll be fine.
That's what's up.
And look beyond dance. Like, you figure out how to make a bigger bag, because I feel like dance is a good thing for self.
Okay.
But if you want generational wealth, maybe you gonna have to boss up.
Okay, baby. So what's our plan?
No, for real. So yeah, that's the honest truth. Like, I want to be honest as much as I can, and spread as much as I know, because I'm still going, so I'm still learning, and I don't know everything, but I can tell you, like, so far what I've felt, been through, and learned from other people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people, like, yeah, I love to dance, but there's more, like, this generational wealth. And I think somebody that I really be looking at is Nipsey. Nipsey is somebody that really has resonated to me. Like, for real, to like.
He made it very evident and very like in your face. Like, this
Yeah,
is
he
what
made a
I'm
stamp.
doing.
And made a stamp, and he was just getting the commercial recognition. You know what I'm saying? But he been had that, and I just love the honesty of him being like, I just didn't quit. I didn't know, but I just didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my advice for like the next, and just being okay with who you are, your style. Don't try to commit to what is hot, because it may not be hot later. So just stay who you are, and you'll be fine.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm glad I came today. It was good.
Thank you.
Because I do not come out. I just be so like, no. And I'm glad that I did, and I would love to tell people about this, because, you know, this is cute. This is a vibe.
Yeah.
Because all my other friends will come here and be like, I need 6 shots. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, we got the shot. We got
I got good vibes, and I'm wishing this whole thing and everybody in here with abundance, grace.
Yeah.
That's toast.
Look, my cup is full. This way I know I want it.
You gotta catch up. Chug it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for staying tuned, and it's a
Treat me like white teeth, don't get me dirty.